Coach, how is Vaughn and pass offense coming along? Your estimation?
Well, I'm not pleased with it. I think you know that. I think for what we do, our percentage of completion should be much higher. And I was disappointed overall between the running backs, the offensive line, and the quarterback decision making on Saturday to take 5 sacks. You know, you just can't take that many sacks. We had done a good job up until that point protecting the quarterback, but we got sloppy in that game. And again, and when you talk about your team, you got to be careful that you don't discredit what they did, because they did a great job and they played really hard. But all I could do is worry about our group, and we could have done a better job, even during the game, of making some adjustments. And again, that starts with me. I have to recognize some things sooner, and I have to ask Vaughn to do things that he's capable of doing, all of our quarterbacks. But we need to complete shorter throws a little bit better. You know, we're completing the down the field throws, and overall, our completion percentage has got to get higher if we're going to be a good team here down the stretch. We got a long way to go.
What kind of feedback does he give you? Is he overthinking things? Like after the game, he said, "I know I should have gotten rid of the ball there," and then it could have been called a safety. Is he overthinking things? Is he not thinking well enough on his feet? What kind of feedback?
All I can tell you is that he knows he needs to improve. Other than that, everything else is between he and his coach, to be honest with you. But he knows he needs to improve. It's obviously at the fore of our minds right now in terms of what we need to fix. And you know, coaches, they seldom live in the positive world. You know, after the game, we think about the things that we need to correct, because if you don't, you know, the next guy's going to get you. So we have some things that we know we need to correct in all 3 phases, and that's going to be the challenge here the next couple of days, and then obviously playing this team, because I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with this team. They've played a much better schedule than we have to this date. They've played very good teams. They've won against good opponents that have beaten teams like Kansas. So this is a good team, and a team full of veterans and talented players. So it's going to be a great challenge for us.
Any other questions?
Coach, you talked about the past season was panicked, and this team is maybe not used to being 4-2 like they are now. I mean, how do you keep them focused during the latter part of the season for games start mattering more and more?
I think if you've established your core values, which I think we have, and I think you stay with them and you focus on the process, then the product will take care of itself. So we keep going back to the process and the type of individuals we want to be and the type of choices that we have to make on a daily basis. And that's really what our focus is on right now. If they do that, and then they're engaged and they prepare and they play with enthusiasm and energy, then you have a chance to win. But a lot of people don't realize it takes all those elements to get to the game, and then that final 48 hours, to a lot of mental preparation, and at the very end, you have to play with energy, and you have to play with passion. And our kids have done that. We have played with a lot of energy. Our sideline is energized. Offense is feeding off the defense. All those things. So we're gonna have to meet a lot of energy head on Saturday night. You know, they get a good crowd. They are a high-flying operation. You know, they're playing home, come off a big win, an emotional win, and they're looking to win the MAC West. You know, and rightfully so. So this will be a great test for us, and hopefully our guys will just stay focused on the process.
Okay, I'll be right back with players.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Seth.
Thank you.
Before the Villanova game, you talked about how you went out with the offensive line. I think you guys went to like Maggiano's, and you talked about how close this group is. And if there are 2 things that you guys are doing this year more than any other time, you're running the ball well, and that start up front, and the offensive line has played far better than it ever has here. You're not blocking all the time, but like, what is it about this group that has finally gotten it and has gone from here to here? Because the difference has been immeasurable from last year to this year. What is it about that group that's really has them playing well?
Well, what I said before the Villanova game was size, and that's an obvious thing, you know, the physicality of it. But another thing that I've really noticed the past couple of weeks is how close the offensive linemen, how they have each other's backs. And, you know, I'm involved in that because, you know, we block together and stuff. The biggest thing is, like, when you see guys that are tired in practice and they're coming off the field, there's always another offensive lineman running and getting him water. They're always taking care of each other. They're always communicating. And in meetings, they're joking around together. Well, not actually in the meeting, but before and after meetings, they're joking around together. And they eat together. And they're not just teammates, they're friends. And that's the biggest thing with the offensive linemen. That's why they're working together right now.
Steve, the other day when that play was called, the go-ahead touchdown, did your eyes kind of light up at the thought that this was just what you all need? I mean, were you expecting to be break free like that?
Yeah. When I actually lined up and I saw that corner in front of me who was about 6 inches shorter than me, I said, I better catch this ball. And Juan put a good ball up there and caught it.
How much did you played basketball a lot in high school, right?
Yeah.
How much of that was that reminds you just going up and getting a rebound for, around a guard, or just for kind of like a satisfying moment where you're like, I've got this? Because, I mean, you just clearly went up. That was just a strength play right there, but you just tossed it up to you, and it was just an issue of just you using your athleticism and going and bringing it down. Did some of that remind you of playing basketball come from that?
I'd say that's what got me recruited here, but I've repped that play so many times in practice over the last 3 years that basketball, it's not really about basketball anymore, but I mean, that's where you learned it first. That's the basis of it. But it's a football play, you know what I mean? And we practice it a lot, and it's a play we work on a lot of times after practice, before practice, that little fade ball, so.
Steve, you all going into the Glass Bowl, the night game's gonna be chilly. There's a good team you're playing. Just the team's attitude about approaching this game Saturday night.
It's a huge game for us. Toledo's a very good team. They're going to be probably the toughest team we faced since Penn State, and the team's hyped up. We had a good practice today, and we're really looking forward to the game. Look forward to taking another step in the MAC. And it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, but flip the switch mentality. We're not worried about that. We just want to go out there and play our best game. We want to put 4 quarters together. That's something we haven't done yet this season, and that's what we're looking forward to doing.
Any other questions? All right, let's go have lunch. And if you need the linebackers, they're out in the lobby. Yes.
Steve, I have a couple things for you. Sure. Harry, you're going to be